Dior Haute Couture Fall 2027 unfolded like a desert apparition, a mirage of sculpture, light, and memory suspended between continents. Jonathan Anderson didn't present a couture collection so much as conjure one, letting each look rise from the floor of the Musée Rodin like something coaxed out of the earth itself. It was couture as geology, couture as ritual, couture as the slow unfurling of form. The emotional core of the show belonged to Lynda Benglis, the American sculptor whose work bends paper, metal, mesh, and plaster into impossible shapes. Anderson didn't quote her, he communed with her. The collection felt like a conversation between two artists across time. Benglis's knots, folds, and molten gestures translated into fabric that behaved like sculpture, and couture that behaved like memory. The opening look set the tone, a pale, pleated dress that moved like a desert breeze, its surface rippling with the same quiet violence found in Benglis's poured sculptures. It was followed by a bar jacket embroidered with eucalyptus leaves, Monsieur Dior's love of nature refracted through Anderson's sculptural lens. The silhouette was familiar, but the texture was new, a jacket that looked as if it had been pressed between pages of a book and then released, still holding the imprint of what touched it. From there, the collection expanded outward like a landscape. India entered the frame through Benglis's long relationship with Ahmedabad, bright florals, chintz-coated cottons, beaded peacock motifs, and block-printed surfaces that felt like couture breathing in color. Then came New Mexico, Benglis's home, with its arid palette and crystalline air. Anderson stitched the two worlds together, abundance and austerity, ornament and emptiness, creating a chromatic tension that felt like standing between two suns. Silhouettes became botanical, avian, elemental. A petal suit in Dior grey opened like a flower at dawn. A pleated gown shimmered like a bird's wing catching light. A metallic plissé dress mimicked the crumpled paper Benglis transforms into sculpture. Even the chicken wire skirts, airy, architectural, almost impossible, felt like couture dreaming of flight. Accessories were not accessories, they were architecture. Helmet-like hats swooped around the face like desert rock formations. Oversized beaded fans glimmered like ceremonial objects. Sculptural bows twisted like molten metal. Bags appeared as folded plissé sculptures, more artifact than accessory. The beauty direction was intentionally quiet, luminous skin, soft eyes, hair pulled back with the simplicity of a woman preparing for work rather than ceremony. It allowed the garments to speak, and they did, in whispers, in folds, in shadows. What made the collection cinematic was its packing. Anderson didn't build toward a climax, he built toward a horizon. Each look felt like a step deeper into a landscape. India's saturated heat, New Mexico's dry silence, Benglis's studio where paper becomes metal and metal becomes gesture. Dior's nature codes, flowers, birds, leaves were present but transformed. Couture became a topography of emotion, a sculptural map of the woman who wears it. Anderson's Dior is not nostalgic, it is archaeological. He digs into the house's past not to recreate it, but to unearth something still alive beneath it. Proportion, nature, craft, the tension between structure and softness. Fall 2027 felt like Dior rediscovering its own bones, its own geology, its own myth. In the end, the collection didn't resolve, it evaporated. Like a mirage, like a sculpture mid-pour, like a desert flower that blooms only once. Anderson's Dior woman doesn't pose, she doesn't perform. She moves through space like a force of nature, sculptural, elemental, alive. Fall 2027 was not a couture show. It was a landscape, a memory, a metamorphosis, a woman becoming forms.